Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very special Joshi Predictions 2025 video. I am your host, Scott Edwards, the many also known as Scott E Wrestling. Hello, everybody. I'm very excited to do this video this year with the focus switched over to the YouTube channel more this year. I thought, why don't we make a video out of something I kind of just would toss on the end of my 5-star Joshi show. I have so many predictions to go through, and I'm also going to go through the predictions I made last year on the very first episode of the year of the 5-star Joshi show. See what I did. Did I do it right? Did I get wrong? Spoiler alert, I did pretty good. So we're doing a lot of predictions because this is a full-length video. So I have put bunch of predictions together for Stardom, TJPW, Marigold, and just kind of miscellaneous predictions for the year. So thank you everyone for joining. Thank you everyone for taking part. I ask you all to leave a comment. Let me know what your predictions are for the year in the world of Joshi. I much appreciate that. I'll also ask you all to make sure you subscribe. We have a lot of content coming our way here on the YouTube channel each and every Friday. The 5-star Joshi show will go up on this channel. So if you're into watching the videos rather than listening to the podcast, that will always be right here every Friday. And I'm hoping every Monday or Tuesday I can put out a new video for all of you. I have some plans for the next coming weeks with some beginner's guides for the world of Joshi. So stay tuned for those as well. But today, like I said, it's all about the predictions, right? We're, 2 weeks into 2025. It feels like it's the perfect time to give my thoughts on the upcoming year in Joshi, what I hope to see, what I want to see, and what I think we will ultimately see this year. We got some bold predictions, we got some not so bold predictions. That's the beauty of this show. So thank you everyone once again for taking part and giving my time a listen, because I do these videos for fun. At the end of the day, I'm not trying to do much more than that, maybe trying to help people get into Joshi, but other than that, I just appreciate anyone that's watching and listening. So if you're watching from anywhere around the world, I greatly appreciate it. But with that, let's get into the predictions, shall we? The predictions for this year, 2025. But we have to go back to last year to see how I did. And it all starts with my first prediction from last year. Would that be Julia would leave Stardom at the time and sign with WWE? Considering we now sit here and she is the NXT Women's Champion, that was a pretty good call. Mind you, all these predictions, I believe, came out officially on January 4th of last year, January 4th or 5th. So these were pretty fresh. The rumors of Julia leaving for Stardom were still pretty, or leaving Stardom for WWE at the time were still pretty fresh. Marigold wasn't even in our line of thinking at the time. My second prediction was that Saya Kamatani would win the 5-star Grand Prix and main event Dream Queendom. Very close. Very close to being perfect on that one. I'll give myself a half point. I think, main eventing Dream Queendom, I nailed. Obviously, she ended 2024 as the World of Stardom champion. She just didn't win the 5-star Grand Prix. She came up short in the end. So, very close there, but hey, I'll take it. My main prediction that was wrong. I predicted that Maki Ito would officially graduate from TJPW. That was a swing and a miss, admittedly, and I'm happy to say it was a swing and a miss. It's not something I wanted to see happen. It's just something that I felt like we were moving towards. Instead, she currently stands as one half of the Princess Tag Team Champions along with Miyu Yamashita. So that's something I am, again, totally okay with seeing. Happy to be wrong on that one. I also predicted that there would be a first time ever Princess of Princess champion being crowned in the new year. I was right. Miyu Watanabe won the Princess of Princess Championship at Grand Princess 2024 and held that championship all the way to the Itian show earlier this year, where she lost it to Mizuki. So another point there. Another prediction that I got right was that Hanan would challenge for the Wonder of Stardom Championship. I had felt at the time she was ready to get put into that position of a title challenger. Ultimately, I think we can all agree she got to the point where she could have been the champion, but she did win the Cinderella tournament, earning her spot at All Star Grand Queendom, challenging Seri Ano for the Wonder of Stardom Championship. My next prediction from 2024 was that Sareee would win another singles title. Nailed that one as well. While she continued to hold the Beyond the Sea Championship for the entire calendar year, she, of course, won the Marigold World Championship. I also predicted that Natsupoi would win the white belt. That was not a big, hot, scorching take at the time by any stretch. I think when Seriano won the Wonder Star title at Queendom, we all saw that being the potential road. There were some ups and downs to get there, but ultimately it ended up being right in the end. And my final prediction, maybe my most proud prediction from 2024, was that Noah would introduce a women's title. And of course, we know that to be fact, as Pro Wrestling Noah introduced the GHC Women's Championship, which is currently held by Koki Amare, who won the title on an episode of Monday Magic. So, pretty cool to see this turn out the way it did. I thought I did pretty good. There's no way I do this good again this upcoming year because I have so many more predictions to go through, but I have listed them all for a reason. I will keep track of them all. You can come back to this video, whatever you must, bookmark it, like it, make sure to like it. That's always much appreciated. But with that being said, as we celebrate all the 2024 predictions I got right, let's see how many 2025 predictions I can get correct. I don't know if these are perfect, but they're some of them, like I said, hopefulness. Some of them are bold. Some of them are just obvious things that should happen, but that's the beauty of predictions. So, without further ado, let's dive in to my 2025 Joshi predictions. First up, we're going to go with my Stardom prediction. Stardom is a promotion that is on a hot streak right now. The excitement is in the air for Stardom after an up and down 2024. And I think the best way to start off the predictions for Stardom this year starts with one and only Momo Watanabe. My prediction is simple: Momo Watanabe will leave hate and turned babyface by the end of 2025. I predict she will leave the group and become a babyface. We have seen the hints throughout the past year. Her and Tekla have been off multiple times, including in their Goddess of Stardom championship match where they lost the belts. We saw Momo not want to use the bat in her match for the IWGP Women's title against Mayu Iwatani at Historic Crossover. They have continuously teased things, and to me, the best decision moving forward would to be switching it up for Momo Watanabe. She's clearly someone that they trust, that they appreciate, that they like, right? They give her these big matches. But I'd like to see her go to the babyface side. She's someone that I think a lot of people will indeed get behind if they do. And I would love to see her challenge Saya Kamatani after winning the International Women's Cup at Wrestle Dynasty. I think that would be a great way to go there. But like you said, my first prediction is that Momo Watanabe leaves hate and turns babyface. It's not leave hate and continue being a heel. No, 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 no. I think there's something there from Momo Watanabe here in the new year to change it up. I predict that the main event of All Star Grand Queendom 2025 at the Yokohama Arena will be the giant rematch between Micah and Saya Kamatani. Of course, the big story last year was Saya Kamatani turning heel, turning her back on Micah, which ultimately led to Micah dropping the World of Stardom Championship. Since then, Micah has been trying to get back to the mountaintop. We've seen teases, we've seen moments. Obviously, Saya Kamatani is your World of Stardom champion. It just feels too natural, too obvious for your biggest show. Micah is someone they are pushing as the new face of the company. Saya Kamatani is someone they are pushing as one of the new top dogs of the company. It only makes sense to me that at All Star Grand Queendom 2025, when they return to Yokohama Arena, they put their two prize possessions in the main event to collide for the World of Stardom Championship. So that is my prediction for that. My next prediction is regarding the IWGP Women's Championship. There's been a lot of people that have wanted this championship. Tony Storm has wanted this championship. Azumi has wanted this championship. And Mayu Iwatani has reigned along with this title. However, my prediction for the IWGP Women's Championship is that Tam Nakano will win the title here in 2025. I think her beating Mayu Iwatani to finally beat Mayu Iwatani, something she's never done in a one-on-one match in her career, feels right, especially after the story that Mayu has told as champion. She has been the dominant, unbeatable icon with the IWGP title around her waist since All-Star Grand Queendom 2023. It feels only right that Tam Nakano takes the belt off of her. It feels like the direction they're going. So that is my prediction there. My next prediction is that Sayaka Carrara will win the Future of Stardom Championship. I've been between this and Aya Sakura. I am a bigger Aya Sakura fan. I think Aya Sakura is the best rookie in Stardom. However, it's very apparent how much Stardom loves Sayaka Carrara, how much Tam Nakano loves Sayaka Carrara. I am recording this the same day that Sayaka Carrara came oh so close to ending a Korakuen Hall main event by beating Tam Nakano for the Artist of Stardom Championships in a fantastic trios match. I think Sayaka Carrara is someone that they want to get behind, that someone the crowd very clearly and visibly wants to get behind. So her winning the Future of Stardom Championship by year's end, potentially beating a Hanako, for example, seems to be a potential way to go this year. I think they want to give her gold. I think they want to give her the opportunity. So I think it makes a lot of sense to give her this chance. My next prediction comes with the Wonder of Stardom Championship. Every single year since I've started these predictions, I predicted someone new to challenge for the Wonder of Stardom Championship. As I said earlier, last year it was Hanan. 2 years ago, it was Azumi, and that still hasn't happened, believe it or not. However, this year, I predict that Rina will challenge for the Wonder of Stardom Championship. The reason being, and this was a prediction I have had written down for weeks. This wasn't something new after the Korakuen Hall show. I believe Rina is someone that this promotion is very behind. We saw it in 2024. She got big win after big win. She was a double champion for much of the year with the Future of Stardom and New Blood tag team belts around her waist. I think Rina challenging Starlight Kid for the title is not only likely, but going to happen very, very soon. I originally had thought that maybe she would win the Cinderella tournament, but considering the recent events where they have shown her, pretty much stepping up already, I believe that she will get that title match this year. My next prediction is that I predict Hanan will become a faction leader by the end of 2025. We are starting to see the cracks within Stars, and Hanan is the one who wants to lead them forward. I don't know if it will be Stars necessarily, but I think they are ready to pivot Hanan into a leading role. They are ready to push the youth of this promotion. And Hanan, of course, after an incredible 2024, sure feels like she is very prepared to take over a faction leading role. My next prediction is multi, a double prediction. So, a two-piece here, both separate, but Starlight Kid. Starlight Kid is someone that Stardom has officially gotten behind, and rightfully so. She is a star. She has been incredible over the past couple months, and since returning to being a babyface, she has returned to full-on greatness. I'm calling this the year of SLK. My first prediction for Starlight Kid is simple. I believe Starlight Kid will have the longest singles title reign in Stardom this year with the Wonder of Stardom Championship. A reign that is much needed with the handling of the Wonder of Stardom Championship over the past really year and a half. And my second prediction for SLK, which will essentially to me be a lock if that reign lasts as long as I hope it does. Starlight Kid will be Stardom's 2025 MVP. I think she is 100% in the right role to become that. I think she is at the top of her game, the best we've ever seen her. I have no doubt that as long as Starlight Kid is given the opportunity, she is going to shine. She is going to succeed. So, those are my two predictions for SLK this year. One, longest singles title reign in Stardom for 2025, and that she will be the MVP of the promotion. My next prediction is, I think, an expected one. I predict that Mina Shirakawa will officially sign with All Elite Wrestling. Mina Shirakawa is an undeniable star here in America. If you watch Battle in the Valley, all they chanted was, "We want Mina." If you've watched AEW over the past couple months, all they've chanted is, "We want Mina." It doesn't matter the promotion, it doesn't matter the crowd. It's very apparent that they want Mina, and I think Mina wants to take this opportunity. We have watched Mina Shirakawa really become a lot lesser in Stardom due to her very busy schedule. Obviously, she won the Rev Pro Undisputed British Women's Championship, which took away from her schedule. And of course, she has continuously been featured in All Elite Wrestling. So I think she makes it official. I think she'll still dip into Stardom here or there. But listen, this is the time to do it. She is super popular in America. It makes all the sense in the world. I don't blame her for doing it, so I do predict she signs with the promotion. And to go back to the IWGP Women's Championship, I predict for the first time ever, the IWGP Women's title will be defended at Forbidden Door in England. I think this title has been an expected inclusion the past couple of years, but it has yet to happen. I think 2025, perhaps in a match against Mercedes Monet, is a possibility. No matter who is holding the IWGP Women's title at the time, I do predict that this will be something that happens this year. Forbidden Door, IWGP Women's title on the line. And my final prediction for Stardom here today is an interesting one that I just kind of thought of at the last second, but one that I really hope becomes a reality. And that is that a Stardom wrestler will compete in CMLL this year. That's what I'm really hoping to see. Obviously, they have some big shows throughout the year, including the Grand Prix at the end of the year. I'd love to see Stardom get some involvement in those matches. I think it would be a really great move. Obviously, New Japan has the great relationship with them. AEW now has the relationship with them. I think Stardom would benefit from making that happen as well. So that was my final prediction for Stardom. Now we move over to my predictions for TJPW. I kept these short and simple because I think it's very direct and simple for me this year with this promotion. When I watch TJPW, I'm hoping just for continued build. And when I say continued build is they have a lot of momentum at the beginning of the year. From Etion to Grand Princess, there's a real momentum swing for this promotion. And I'm hoping they keep that past Grand Princess, right? It's often in two periods for TJPW, from Ideon to Grand Princess, and then from the Tokyo Princess Cup to Wrestle Princess. I think that is the best point here. So TJPW, I am predicting that your year will look like this. And it starts off with a big one. I predict that Yuki Rai will not only win the Tokyo Princess Cup, she will end the year by winning the Princess of Princess Championship. Her announcement that she would be retiring from her idol duties, to me, gives her the open door in TJPW to become one of their true top stars. And to get to that point, it feels like her winning the Princess of Princess Championship almost feels inevitable at this point. Like I said, not all of these predictions are bold. Not all of these predictions are, you know, out of nowhere. Some of them just make a ton of sense. I predict her to both win the tournament and win the championship at Wrestle Princess, and it makes all the sense in the world. My next prediction for TJPW is a recent one, a soon to be one, a one that I will talk about this week on the 5-Star Joshi Show. Is that Shoko Nakajima and Hyper Masao will win the 5th annual Max Heart Tag Team Tournament and get their shot at Maki Ito and Miyu Yamashita at Grand Princess for the Princess Tag Team titles. It feels like it's a long time coming for these two, and I feel like it is inevitable, especially with how the lineup looks. And my final prediction for TJPW, I told you I kept these short and sweet. I don't need to go too advanced because I think TJPW is a very simple company in the right ways when it comes to predictions. And my prediction, my final prediction for TJPW in 2025, is that Suzume will be the promotion's MVP. I think we've seen through the years, oftentimes it was inevitable. It would be Miyu Yamashita. Miyu Yamashita, Miyu Yamashita. But the more Miyu Yamashita goes worldwide and does other things, the more the opportunity is there for others to step up. We saw it in 2024. Miyu Watanabe, as you know, on the 5-Star Joshi Awards, walked away with the TJPW MVP award. Well, Suzume won the International Princess title from Yuki Arai to kick off the year at the Etion show in a very good match. I think Suzume is well on her way to having a very good reign and ultimately giving herself the MVP nod for the promotion. So those are my predictions for TJPW. Kept them short and sweet. Trying to keep this video within a 30 to 35 minute range, as we often do. So let's move on here to, of course, Marigold. Marigold Dream Star fighting Marigold. I have plenty of predictions for them, and we start off big time. One that I think is going to come true very, very soon, and that is a two-parter. We'll start with part number one, and that is Seri Yamaoka, the super rookie, will indeed win a championship this year. It sure looks like the Twin Star Championships could be in her grasp as soon as the end of this week. By the time you see this video, it quite possibly could be it, but I do expect or predict at least Seri Yamaoka to win a championship in Marigold this year. She is the super rookie for a reason. I see no reason to not give her some gold in her first professional year. The other prediction for Seri Yamaoka is that she will make it to the finals of a tournament. And I say the finals of a tournament because there's an opportunity for Marigold to potentially add a tournament sometime this year. There's the opportunity, of course, with the Dream Star Grand Prix for her to make it to the finals of that. So I'm keeping it open with a tournament, though my thought process going into this is a shock finals spot in the Dream Star Grand Prix final. But we will wait and see. My prediction is just a tournament final, but Seri Yamaoka, the sky is the limit for such an exciting prospect here in the Joshi game. And it's only right that we give some praise to Mirai after the sensational 2024 that she had, really leading Marigold as I thought their show to show MVP, while Sareee was the obvious MVP of the overall year. I thought show to show, no one was more consistent, no one was more constant, no one delivered more than Mirai. So, with that being said, I predict that Mirai will challenge for both the United National Championship and Marigold World Championship this year. I think she obviously deserves the world, and I think she has a real chance to be a potential Dream Star Grand Prix winner. I think her and Utami Hayashishita makes a lot of sense. Her and Mai Sakurai makes a ton of sense for the United National. It feels inevitable that Mirai has a big year. I almost went as far as to predict her winning a championship, but I wasn't sure what title. So I'm going to go with her challenging for both by the end of 2025. I expect a big year out of Mirai. She is the absolute best. So why would I why would I doubt her, you know? So I'm hoping for the best from her. My next prediction is a bold one. I don't feel that confident with it, but I'm hopeful that it happens. And that is simple. My prediction is that both Julia and Io Sky compete in a Marigold ring this year. Why not? We've seen Io Sky already compete in the Marigold ring. Obviously, Julia has compete in the Marigold ring. Julia, put some water on my idea, tried to melt my idea very quickly when she said after winning the NXT Women's Championship, she's not ready to go back to Japan yet. She's just accomplishing so many things. But hey, listen, I don't think it was a bold or really much of a prediction to just say Io. So I'm going all in with the double. I don't think the double happens. I think we get one or the other. Ultimately, I hope we get one or the other, but I'll be happy with either. Would love to see Io back, obviously, after the sensational match she had with Utami Hayashishita last year. But I wanted to give you guys some bold predictions. This is probably my boldest on the entire run. I predict that both of them will compete in the Marigold ring this year. So be awesome if it comes true. Don't know if it will, but hey, that's what predictions are all about. I'm okay eating this one if it ends up being wrong. But if I'm right, you're welcome. My next prediction is that the twin tower duo of Koki Amare and Chikagoto win the Twin Star Championship this year. So this was kind of one I was locked in confidently with, and then Koki Amare obviously injured her knee, tore her ACL, and we don't know when she will be back. So it went from a lock to me to a bold prediction. Now she does set out to return by May. So if that happens, I feel pretty good about my odds still. But I think that these two feel pretty locked in to eventually get those belts. Obviously, the last time we saw them, they were at odds with the JHC Women's title on the line. I think there's an opportunity here to bring them back together once they have that rematch. Obviously, wishing Koki the best, but yeah, I think the Twin Tower duo wins the Twin Stars. I think they're very much ready for it, and I think in the meantime, Chikagoto has a chance to stand out, obviously, and continue to improve. So we'll wait and see on that one. My next prediction, as you see the Marigold logo here, very simple. I think the first official faction will form in Marigold in 2025. Obviously, we have the Dark Wolf Army, but that was not really an official thing. We have whatever Bozilla's got going with Tank and Megaton, but that's not an official faction. I think this year, Marigold, we get our first official faction within the company. Maybe more than that, but something worth noting. I think it's well in the realm of possibilities. Factions are key, especially in Japanese wrestling as a whole. So I think Marigold goes down that road sometime in 2025. We're back to a two-parter, this time going to the Marigold World Champion, Utami Hayashishita. Utami Hayashishita is someone who I believe is going to have a massive 2025. And my first prediction for Utami Hayashishita this year is that she will reach 6 successful defenses with her belt within this year alone. Not into next year. I think she'll have 6 successful defenses at least in 2025. She's already got one. She's already successfully defended the title against Tank. Sure feels like Bozilla could be up next in the not so distant future. So I think 6 defenses is a comfortable spot. Admittedly, I was thinking of having her beat her World of Stardom defense record, but I hesitated. I'll stick at 6 for now for the entire year. But honestly, if she does break her own record, her own personal record, I should say, then I don't think it's out of the question. Hell, she could be going for that Io Shirai World of Stardom record as far as I'm concerned. But yes, I am going to go with Utami getting a very successful run of being 6 successful defenses at least. My other prediction for Utami Hayashishita is that Utami Hayashishita will defend the Marigold World Championship against a wrestler she faced in her previous World of Stardom title reign. Now, again, this is one of my boldest ones, but it is one that interests me, obviously, with plenty of rumors and plenty of speculation regarding possibilities. But to me, it's actually not as bold as you think. Well, yes, her title reign, it featured Mayu Utani, Momo Watanabe, Maika, Saya Kamatani, Bea Priestley, Shuri, Natsuko Tora, Takumi Aroha, Hazuki, and Maika and Shuri again. I look at Takumi Aroha as a legitimate option to make my bet hit for sure. I think Takumi Aroha is going to step in a Marigold ring sometime this year. We've seen the involvement on Noah, but I think sooner than later, Aroha gets involved. These two have wanted a match against one another, so I'm not one to think they shouldn't have a match against one another. So she's the main option, but I thought that was a fun way to spin it. Maybe make the people think. But ultimately, I do think she defends against someone from her previous reign, and that being Takumi, who is reigning AAAW champion in Marvelous right now. So she'll probably have to lose the title by the end of the year to make that happen, unless they do a draw or something. But that is my prediction for Utami. And then 2 more Marigold predictions here. My next one features Utami Hayashishita, and that is that Veni will compete in a Marigold ring. Utami has named Veni as someone she wants to face. Hell, she has named Veni as someone she wants to defend the Marigold World Championship against. So I think there's a real possibility she gets her way, and that is a title match that happens within her reign. More Veni, the better, in my opinion. And then the final prediction here for Marigold before we head to the miscellaneous section of the predictions is that I believe Yuki Mishiro becomes a regular beyond her Superfly championship match at the Cork and Hall show against Victoria Izuki. I think Yuki Mishiro dropping the Ice Cross Infinity Championship to Minami Katsu opens the door for her to be involved much more. I'm hoping she's involved much more. I think Yuki Mishiro is a great addition to any roster, and I think she would offer a lot to the current Marigold roster. I'll call her regular. I don't know if she necessarily signs because she's currently a freelancer. Potentially, maybe follow the Nozaki role. Nozaki obviously is not a signed competitor to the promotion, but she's at essentially every show. So I'd love to see Mashiro be involved more, and that is my final prediction for Marigold. Now let's head into the final predictions, the miscellaneous section from around the scene to close out this 2025 Joshi Predictions show. You knew it was coming. It's only right that I give a few predictions for the sun god herself, Sareee. Obviously, her year started off with her losing the Marigold World Championship, but of course, receiving the Tokyo Sports Women's Grand Prize for being the MVP of 2024. So it's only right that the woman who strives to beat Io Shirai's record of 3 years in a row has another major year. To follow what I said last year and was correct on, I believe Sareee will win a new singles championship. She has continuously said she wants to win the IWGP Women's Championship. I think that's a real possibility. Hell, I think the Sendai Girls World Championship is a possibility. I think anyone that's smart would be willing to give Sareee their championship. So I predict she will win another title. Currently, she holds the Beyond the Sea Championship as of this recording, as well as the Sukiban World Championship. So things to focus on there, obviously. I also believe that Sareee will put together another dream match on one of her Sareeism cards. Last year, we obviously saw her tag team with Mayu Iwatani against Chihiro Hashimoto and Veni. I think that's fair to be called a dream match. At Sareeism Chapter 6, she will, of course, face Meiko Satomura one-on-one. I think Saree's got plenty in the bag to put together another dream match with all the relationships she's has between Marigold and Stardom and seemingly the entire scene. If anyone's going to make it happen, it's going to be Sareee. There's no one I trust more to do that than Sareee. And my final prediction, this one's probably bold and maybe not as likely, but I predict that Sareee will win her first pair of tag team titles since returning to Japan. I don't consider a wild thought to think that Sareee, someone who has plenty of friends, someone who has said she wants to team with many people, could go for some pair of tag belts throughout the scene. You have the AAAW tag team belts. You have the Goddesses of Stardom tag team belts. You have the Sendai Girls tag team belts. You have the Twin Star tag team belts. There's plenty of tag team belts that if she wants to go get them, I certainly think she could. So that is my final prediction here for Sareee, or is it? You also wait and see. My next prediction is that Chihiro Hashimoto will win the Sendai Girls World Championship in a match of the year contender against Meiko Satomura. I think that is something that makes all the sense in the world, obviously, for that Yogi show. It honestly, this is one of the layups I like to take, something that I feel pretty good about. But I added in the match of the year contender to make myself feel a little bit better. But the other prediction I have for Chihiro Hashimoto is that she will defend it at least 3 times after that point. So the reason I say that is because the last time Chihiro Hashimoto had the Sendai Girls World Championship around her waist, the defenses came sparingly. The most times she ever defended it in a year was 3 times. But that, of course, also included her having held the belt coming into the year. So I think she will get 3 defenses in after winning the championship from Meiko Satomura. My next prediction is that Chi-Chi will win another championship. She currently holds the Sendai Girls Junior World title. I think she will get another championship in the year 2025, whether it be tag team, whether it be singles. There's a lot of momentum behind Chi-Chi and what she is creating for herself. I think there's no reason to believe, or there's no reason not to believe, that she can win another by the end of this year. I'd love to see her and Veni team up and maybe go for those Sendai Girls tag team titles. My next prediction is kind of to go back to Marigold in a sense. It's a unique one, but it's one that I don't think necessarily has to happen in a Marigold ring, but it does involve Nanai Takahashi, and that prediction is as simple. I think Momo Nakanishi will compete as part of Nanai Takahashi's retirement road. Obviously, their connection doesn't need much fact behind it, but I do think that Nakanishi will compete in a match with Nanai by the end of the year. Or by the end of Nanai's career. I think it would be really nice. I'm really hoping it does indeed happen. This one is a funny one to pop me. As you see here, if you're looking at the screen, there are just 5 stars there. I'm going to go bold. This might be my boldest prediction of the entire show. I predict that Joshi will get a new 5-star rating from Dave Meltzer. We have been very close many, many times this year or this past year. 4 and 3 quarters, 4 and 3 quarters, 4 and 3 quarters. Honestly, after the Sareeism tag, I don't know if we'll ever get the 5, but um, this is my boldest prediction. I think Dave Meltzer will give a Joshi match 5 stars in the year 2025. And my final prediction, you've been waiting to hear her name this entire time. My final prediction is a very simple one. I believe that Sareee and Mayu Iwatani will team again this year. They were too special together. You know, we need to get them back together in a ring, side by side, teaming up. We also need them in a ring facing each other as well. But that is my final prediction. It was only right that I saved my 2 favorites for last to predict something very exciting, which I think I desperately need. You know, this is one of my favorite matches of all time. Could be my favorite because, again, it's my 2 favorite wrestlers in the world teaming up. So it only feels right. The best in the world and the greatest of all time. That's what I predict. I predict Mayu and Sareee will team once again in 2025. So thank you, everyone, for listening to the 2025 Joshi predictions. Hopefully, I hit on a lot of these. It would be really, really cool if I did, but I will keep track. I'll come back around this time next year and tell you how I did, how I didn't do, so on and so forth. Thank you, everyone, for listening. I greatly appreciate it. You know, good 42 minutes. I never want to go too long with these shows, these episodes, these videos. So I appreciate it. I appreciate you listening. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. As always, like I said at the beginning of the show, leave your comments. Give me some of your predictions for the 2025 year of Joshi. There's a lot of excitement in the air in the world of Joshi. I think it's going to be a fantastic year this year for everyone in Joshi. So I ask you all, drop your predictions. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for being here, for listening this long. You can follow me at Scott E Wrestling on Twitter. You can follow me at Scott E Wrestling on Blue Sky. Like I said, each and every Friday, the 5-Star Joshi Show will be up on this channel. I also plan to have a video out every Monday or Tuesday of the week as well with new and exciting Joshi content. So keep your eyes out, maybe other things as well. I also have some fun watch-alongs planned over on Twitch that I will be announcing eventually. It's just, you know, getting through all the current wrestling has been obviously a lot, but there's a lot of fun things planned here for 2025. But thank you everyone for listening to the Joshi predictions. Leave your own in the comments below. And until next time, right here on my YouTube channel, I'm Scott Edwards. So long, everybody.